My name is Rick, and I'm sailing Frog's Leap. I'm currently in La Cruz de Guanacaste. I just dropped off Karen at the airport, so I'm a little somber. But I'm walking right into this Mexican holiday. It's Revolution Day.
Otro paso, arriba. Esa es la actitud. Acá. Al revés. Cruzadito, cruzadito. Hola, ¿quiere comer?
Oh yeah, Frog's Leap. I see you. Well, I just got back to La Cruz from dropping Karen off at the airport. So my trip south starts very soon, but whoa, there's a lot of stuff going on a Sunday. It turns out Monday's a special holiday, so everybody's going to tie one on tonight, which is cool. Let me show you this. My name is Rick. I got my sea legs when I was in the Coast Guard, and I commanded a boat much like this one. Today, I take my small sailboat on coastal passages in search of adventure. In this season, I'm heading south from Banderas Bay with the intention of returning to the Caribbean Sea via the Panama Canal. Living the pirate life. Looks like I've got golden hour right where I want it. Well, tonight's my last night here at the marina here in La Cruz. I think I'm gonna shoot for Ipala tomorrow. Ready to get underway the next half an hour or so, but you probably already caught a glimpse of it, but I'm gonna show you what I see every morning. Look at this. I once heard that Mount Everest is moved one spoonful at a time, and this mission that I'm on is my Mount Everest. It's like right there, and the whole mountain range is like glowing. It's pretty amazing. And today, the next spoonful on my mission is transiting from La Cruz to Ipala. Well, it's the day after Thanksgiving, and I'm underway for the 2024 cruising season out of La Cruz de Guanacaste, heading south, hoping to get to the Panama Canal. Well, the challenge with a transit from La Cruz to Ipala is the passage of Cabo Corrientes. It's a headland, so you get that compressed air and that high-speed wind effect and big seas. So you really want to choose a docile day to make the passage, and in this shot, you can see Cabo Corrientes directly ahead. So what's happened to me now on both passages of Cabo Corrientes is that out of respect for the headland, I choose a super docile weather window and I end up motoring the whole passage. I really love this cozy little anchorage. Day 2, it's Ipala to Bahia Chamela, and it's another windless day, so we're motor sailing. That's right, I'm headed to Bahia Chamela. You know, last season when I went there, I was calling it Bahia Chamela, like chameleon or something. I've learned it's Chamela. So, you know, yeah, I'm a different person. I've evolved. I'm an evolved man because it's Chamela. It's Chamela, baby. Bahia Chamela. We're going to see it today, hopefully before sunset. There's Ipala. Back in the distance, it's probably maybe 7 miles away now. Well, I'm about 25 miles from my Chamela anchorage. There's very little wind, and really not enough to sail yet, but it's just a really gentle following sea, whatever there is, you know. Well, it turns out it kind of was the calm before the storm. Well, just after I filmed this, I started losing my engine. So I turned south to open my distance with land and to strengthen my starboard tack. This posture also sets me up for a beam reach approach into the bay on port tack. Well, today I'm going to share a story with you, and the story is the story of the 3 bumps that I have here on my head. So I went out to the bow, I shot an Instagram, and right after I shot that Instagram, the engine died, right? There were actually 3 moments where I could hear the RPM drop. And each time that this happened, I would lurch out of the salon into the cockpit. And you see this gap here. Sometimes when you're in a hurry and you're not focused, you'll hit your head on this. I hit my head all 3 times, and that's the story of these 3 bumps. For me, when the engine starts behaving weirdly, that is a moment where, okay, you know something's wrong, but you don't know what it is. So you have to realize that that's a moment where you have to do the best you can to get as much information as you can to give you a sort of a starting point for your troubleshooting efforts. So that's what I was doing. I was lurching myself out there, whacking my head each time. I was so eager. Anyway, each time I'd get out there, I was moving the throttle around to try to see if that was having some effect. It would have some effect, but nothing that I could draw a correlation from. But on the 3rd time it happened, I had thought about the 2nd time. While it was struggling on the 3rd time, I opened the drain ostensibly to let the water out. The moment there was a relief, the engine started running great. And it was great. I sailed in, I had fantastic wind to get in, and it's scary because you don't have an engine. So when you come in these bays are very rocky. It's a lot like sailing in the Pacific Northwest, where something like that happens, you're going to be hitting a rocky shore. It's not going to be an easy, it's not going to be a cheap fix, you know. So it's kind of like that. So I'm aware of that going in. Well, I'm in the lazarette here on SV Frog's Leap. First thing I want to do is take a look inside the tank and, you know, get a visual on this diesel bug or this potential diesel bug situation. Well, this is the top of my fuel tank, and I'm going to take that cover off right there. That cover is the level sensor. I'm going to take it off, pull the sensor out, but that's the best way to get an eyeball on this tank or inside this tank. There's no other access port, so it's pretty small. Well, I definitely have diesel bug in the tank, but there's nothing I can do about that right now. Probably my best hope there is maybe Barra, maybe Z-Watt, definitely Acapulco. But what I can do is I can reverse the flow on that intake tube, blow some air into it, and see if I can dislodge whatever's going on so that I can at least get to one of those places. Well, looks like it was that pickup tube. Well, you saw me blow through it, and then I just went back through and bled the fuel system. She started right up, so that's what it almost always is fuel on these diesels. I do have some diesel bug to deal with. We'll just have to see when I get a chance to do that. But I should be in much better shape now that I blew that out. For real-time updates, check out Sailing Frog's Leap on Instagram.